So, George, while you were away, my mind got blown. Rick Crosslin is here, and I just learned that spiders shed their skin.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Well, that's a whole nother level of gross I didn't know about.
And we have the slides to prove it. This is a tarantula, no big deal.
Nice.
No big deal. And look at this guy. I had no idea. So, Rick, they all do this?
So think about it. They do not have bones, and so we have bones. I like to say we're mush crunches because we have a backbone, but they're crunch mushes. So think about wearing a suit of armor. You can't grow if you have a suit of armor, exoskeleton.
Little exoskeleton action here, huh?
So this is, I think, the first one. Or maybe this is how small this guy was.
He's a baby.
Back in 2018. And now he's about 5 inches. And so what's cool about this, I kind of make it on a paper slide, and I haven't got around to doing this one. But so we're doing some microscope slides. Now, usually microscopes are kind of expensive, and buying the slides are kind of expensive. But a good science friend of mine, Jeff Self, back about 30 years ago, showed me this technique. It's called the paper slide.
The paper slide.
And so you guys take a piece of any kind of paper, you go, and a pair of scissors right there.
Scissors, okay,
and
got
you fold it, and the directions are on the fold it in half.
Fold it.
And then cut, very quickly, cut a triangle out of it like that, okay, along the fold. So 2 cuts, and you open up, and you have a diamond with 2 lines of symmetry. And then I like to use the cheap tape, but in this case, we're going to use clear, transparent. So it's an opportunity to talk to kids about transparent, translucent, and opaque. Transparent, both the light and the image go through. Okay, so there's that guy, and
we got there.
I'll try not to get your fingerprint on there, George, otherwise we'll have a nice fingerprint for you to look at.
All right.
Now, usually, you can go in your kitchen and find spices or a rock. For example, here is a piece of pyrite, which is kids' favorite. So I take 1 piece of pyrite, and that'll last you 20 kids. So Amber, go ahead and use the sticky side down.
Sticky side down.
And try to get a big piece in there, push it down.
Let's do it.
I lift it up, and then you got a cover slip.
Okay.
Okay, George. This one is for you, George. This is amber. I collected this where the dinosaur Sioux, a T-Rex out in South Dakota. This is amber, million-year-old tree resin. And since Amber's with us today, I brought some amber.
We were just talking about that in the kitchen.
And then flip it over, put your cover slip on, and now you can hold that up to light. Now let's say you have a hand lens. So check it out. Here's a hand lens you can use. And you can either, 2 ways to do it. You can put it up to your eye and bring the object to it like that. That's how a jeweler does it.
Okay.
So put that on your cheek and bring it up. And I would have you write 2 or 3 things about it. But I tell you, what if you don't have a hand lens? So
that's a really good image, though.
Yeah, it is. So that's a 10 power, but microscopes have been around since the ancient days, but not in this form. I think in the Netherlands, they credit with the first optical microscope, but here's one that I made that you can make at home. And what does that say right there? The
water deep, drop.
Water drop microscope. The deep water drop microscope.
I'm trying to read it upside down.
So if I put, there's a hair on there, we can look at that later. If you put a drop of water on there, it makes what you call a convex. See that how it's like a bow? Now, put this on some newsprint and check it out. You can see, look at that. Can you see that? Look, it actually enlarges. It actually just like the hand lens that you see right here.
Gosh, Rick, these are such cool lessons. I don't want to wrap it up, but I know we're running out of time.
Real quick, so here's a piece of calcite. You could break calcite and make enough for a bunch of kids. This is pretty amazing. This is a foldoscope. Now, this has cost $1, and people around the world, doctors, can now use this very inexpensive but good science instrument to diagnose parameciums or diseases. Costs $1, foldoscope.
There you go.
One last thing, you got time? Your eyeball looks like this. It's a lens, right? It's got a thick part of your eye.
Yes.
Now this will actually blow you away if you do this. So take a piece of this. Now put your 2 fingers like this and make a little T.
Okay.
And if you look, you have to get down. If you look through that piece of paper right there, get close to it, George, and you can see it. It actually will, you have to get really close. It will actually enlarge it because it forces you to look through the thick lens of your eye.
We got to say
That is a fact.